All right, so back to the situation about education. We opened up this series talking with Colin about different ways that we can actually invest in ourselves and whatnot. And one of the paths was to get a traditional education. Another one was whatnot. Now, when it comes down to crypto, when you educate people about crypto, you feel that that's going to be something that's going to be advantageous?
Well, I think there's different sides to crypto that we have to think about in terms of the applications for an investment, and then there's just the blockchain itself, right? Acquiring cryptocurrency as an investment there's still a lot of fear of it being a scam or being not something that's legitimate, because it's so new. It's not unusual for someone to have concerns about. I mean, even investing in a stock in a company that is a year or 2 or 3 years old could have a potential for a lot of risk. So getting past that, the fear of risk and the fear of that these things are eventually going to go away, that's the most common sentiment that I hear from people, is that they think it will go away.
They think Bitcoin will go away.
Just cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency will go away. So unlike a business, like if you were going to invest in, let's say, Zoom, which was a business that boomed, obviously, during the pandemic, it seems like it's tangible, it's something that's there, there's employees. Any regular investor can say, I can invest in that because I can see it, feel it, hear it, touch it. Where it comes to cryptocurrency, it's like this elusive, almost esoteric thing that's out there that I can't really, how can I buy something I can't, it's like trying to invest in a particle of dust or something.
That's been, I think that's just the first part, is it going to be around? And I think as every year and every day goes on, then people get more comfortable with the idea that it's not going anywhere. As countries start to talk about accepting it, these are monumental changes. That even in the last 12 months, there's been some real groundwork that has put crypto in a position where it's much more stable than it was even a year before that. PayPal accepting crypto. That was a huge change, because that is such a place where people are spending money consistently, and so them accepting it and saying that this is a legitimate source of money opened a lot of people's eyes, and the price shot up pretty dramatically after PayPal started to accept it. So that's the biggest thing with an investment side when you're looking at crypto are these going to be around? Then you have all of the ones that were started sort of as a fluke or maybe a joke, Dogecoin, and a lot of these that weren't really started in.
I hear the ghost of Nick cackling in my ear right now, saying, I told you, the joke is over. I can see him now, the joke is over.
I mean, so then you have that where you had these people that just created these just to kind of see what's going to happen, and then they took off, and you have billionaires talking about them, and so then it's like, what's the shakeout as an investment, right? What is going to be the shakeout? And that's why earlier I mentioned, Bitcoin and Litecoin and Ethereum, because I think they all have fundamentals that I think will stay for a longer term time. And then the blockchain, the technology of the blockchain is revolutionary onto itself, because before Bitcoin worked, they've tried to have cryptocurrencies work, but they've never been able to mitigate a double transaction. Right? Should I go?
Please, I would like you to refresh my knowledge.
So they've been trying to have a cryptocurrency, but until they figured out with Bitcoin a way to not have a double. So like, if I sent you money and now I try to send that same dollar to somebody else, it doesn't work, right? Because the cryptography, they've been able to figure out a way to make it. So until 2009, no one was able to figure that out. So that blockchain, just that technology itself has just millions and millions of applications. So you have all that. So you have that technology that's really in a lot of ways independent from the investment, right? Because they can use that technology in a lot of different places.
Right. You mean lift the concept of the blockchain
in a lot of medical to payment services. I mean, it's independent of the cryptocurrencies.
Right.
As an investment, the blockchain will continue to revolutionize the world.
Question about that, but I just want to clear it up. The whole blockchain situation for those who are listening who are still trying to figure out how all this thing works. I'm going to paraphrase, and then all of the missing links, Colin's going to jump in and say yes, no, maybe. All right, so the blockchain, as Colin was saying, if I'm going to make a payment to someone, I got to pay him $500. Bam. There was nothing before 2009 that said I couldn't do the same replication and take that same code of money and pay somebody else.
Correct.
Pay someone else.
Correct.
So that made it like you can't trust it.
Right.
You cannot trust it. So when blockchain came by, it says, no, I'm going to assign you basically like a serial number that's going to confirm that money goes to Colin and it stays there and I can't replicate it anywhere else.
Correct.
And that was a big move for the cryptocurrency. And you just said the encryption, right, is why it's called cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
And I didn't know that.
Yeah, so and that being able to confirm that money couldn't be sent to multiple places is what made it legitimate, right?
Yes.
Because if you sent me $500 but you still had the $500, then it's not a real currency,
No,
right?
not at all.
So that technology, that blockchain is used for that transaction, but can be used in, my favorite use, one of my favorite uses is the idea of when you go to the doctor and the idea that the doctor would have all of your information, no matter if they've never seen you before,
Right.
would have all your medical history for your whole life at their fingertips,
Yes.
so that they don't prescribe penicillin and you're allergic to penicillin,
Right.
or that's a very
Well, whatever the case is.
whatever the case, or they know that you broke your leg when you're 9 years old.
Right.
All that, having that data saves time and money.
And it allows you to be more efficient at your job.
Absolutely. So that blockchain technology, which they are still working on, because obviously there's a lot of privacy issues and things that are happening, but that will be available, and that will be something that will be built on the blockchain.
Now,